Hey guys, I'm from ReveMoto. So today we're going to be working on this 2018 Ford F150 driver's side fender removal. If you guys like this video, go ahead and like, subscribe, and turn on that push notification. And also if you guys need this particular part for your vehicle, the link is up above and also down below. If you guys need any pre-paint auto body parts for your car, go to ReveMoto.com, your pre-paint auto body parts source. Let's go ahead and get started on this vehicle. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is going to go ahead and remove this part, but we've got to remove this fender flare to get some of the bolts underneath, I believe. So let's go ahead and get started on this one. Alright, so to remove this fender flare right here, you're going to come underneath right there, those two in the front. Alright, so go ahead and remove that. Alright, those bolts look like this, two of them. Alright, so now you go underneath the vehicle, or underneath the fender flare again, and you're gonna see these black things. They're gonna be running across right there underneath the fender flare. So 1, 2, 3. It's gonna be right underneath there. Okay, so there's 4 of those things. Alright, so you guys have 2 ways to remove it. If you have this tool, fantastic. It's a panel removal tool. So basically it's 2 flatheads on each side, just like that. Or if you guys have a flathead, you can utilize that too. So let me show you guys how to do it with a flathead. So again, you got to be careful. If you guys are trying to save this, which I'm not, be careful. Use something plasticky, like that's flat like this. And basically all you do is go underneath that tab, push down on it. You kind of rotate it. Keep rotating. Ah, here we go. Let me go find it. There it is. Alright, so it looks like that. See how it's held on? Just like these spiral looking things. And if you guys have one of these, it's really easy because instead of rotating it, it acts as 2 flatheads. So 1 on each side, so you just kind of prise it off. Let's see. And the flathead's actually easier. I'm not sure. But this one's supposed to be easier. Oh, there we go. Ah. So with this tool, you don't have to rotate it because you get to grip it on each side and then pry it down. So we got one here, one right here, another one right here. There. That's 3. The 4th one's right here. May have to get a little dirty. All right. So let's see. All right, so that's basically almost off. All right, guys. So when you guys have all those push pins out of the way and the bolts out of the way right here, what's left is that this fender flare is actually held on by these clips, like that. And this one's already broken, but these are the ones that you have to worry about because they're on there tight. So the only way to get them off is that you have to wedge something flat in between the corners right here, so then they could come off. Let me show you guys how I'm going to do that. So the tools I'm going to utilize is like these flat plastic panel removal tools. So they're plasticky so they don't scratch up like the fender itself. You have ones with prongs like that and one straight up flat. So let's take a look at one of them. I'm gonna utilize something flat like this. So, you know, find an object like this, or you could like rip it off. That's one way to do it. All right, so that doesn't work. We need this thing. All right. So as you guys can see, this tool right here works really well because it grips both sides of that clip. Therefore, it pushes it together so then you can pull it out. So you need something like this, you know, or utilize something like this. That was like the middle part right here. There's a bottom one right here too. That one's also a clip. So you just gotta watch out for the bottom ones right here. There you go. So you just work your way around. So these ones right here, the top ones are really easy because you just pry them off. They come off really easy. All right, there we go. All right, before we get any further and taking off the fender, get some yellow tape. These ones are really hard color to match, and we'll see how we matched it, but it was really hard. So we're gonna go ahead and protect that area with yellow tape. Tape is not sticking, but it should be fine. All right, so all we're doing is when we remove this fender, we're just preventing it from scratching right here. The hood too, and right here too. If yours not damaged, you don't want to damage it, but this one's already damaged, but I'm just gonna go ahead and tape it up. All right, there we go. All right, that's a new fender right there. Little shameless plug. If you guys need this fender, again, go to ReveMoto.com, your prepaid auto body part source. Link is down below. All right, guys, so get that 7 and 32. Let's see if I can rotate this. 7, 32. And these bolts are gonna be all around here. So we're gonna have 1, 2 right here. This looks like it's part of the fender garnish. There's 1, 2 right here. Follow it up. So that bolt's gonna be like right behind it. There's 1 right here, 1 right here, 1 right here, and that should be it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, a closer view of what I'm talking about. Those bolts right there. And then if you guys go behind the fender, right there, and the shoes go all the way up. It's kind of hard to see this one. This one's kind of dark. There's one right there. And then another one like right there. Again, it's kind of dark. Let's see if I can focus the camera. Oh, there you go. But now it's too bright. Okay, so 732 up here. What number is this? Recap. 7. Looking at 7 not down here. 732 and the rest of the bolts. All right, so that one's loose. And these bolts that we're looking at is right here. And that's gonna be a 7. Upside down 7. I'm gonna switch over to a 732. Again, we're gonna follow these bolts. So it's gonna be 3 of these now. All right, there's 3. Again, these bolts look like this, and that one's gonna be okay. Drop that tool. 732. All right, so this black cover right here, you have this plastic push pin right there. Remember, we took that off of a flathead or that panel removal tool. Let me go and take that off. All right, so we'll just take that off. All right, so let me show you guys, since you guys couldn't see it while I was underneath. So this thing right here, again, it's held down by these clips right here. So you just got to push down on the top and then the bottom. Then right here, it's held down by this push pin again. Okay. So down here, there's going to be a 10mm bolt. All right, again, so the bolt we're going to be looking at is these 2 right here. I'm going to take that off with a 10mm. So it's going to be a 10. You see it? There we go. Feels like a, yeah, it should be a 10. But sometimes it feels like it's bigger because the paint made it bigger basically. So kind of have to strip that paint off a little bit. So taking it off just like that. Remember, you guys have the sensor also. So one thing I'm gonna warn you guys right now is that don't pull this fender like hard because you guys have the sensor. Okay, so we're gonna work together and see how to take that off without damaging it. The bolt looks like that, so it's kind of stripped, but it's just because of the paint all around it. So there's two of them, so you kind of have to push down on it a little bit and then rotate. And if you guys have a power tool, that's great to utilize here, but I'm just I do have that, just for the comments down below why I'm not using a power tool, but I'm just utilizing this because I know everyday DIYers have this type of tool. All right, so I think that's off right here. All right, so that's good. All right, now that we have these bolts off right here in the bottom, right here is gonna be I think there's gonna be a bolt right here. So it seems like I can just pull it. That's a top pad. Okay. So just pull it, push it to the side right there. All right, so let's see what we're working with here. It looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 10 millimeters. And then I believe there's a push pin right here we gotta take off. All right. So now you're gonna reveal this. Be 1, 2, 3. That's gonna be 3 10 millimeters. And then right here is a push pin. So you just take that off with a fly head. All right. Right here, fly head. Insert it in there. Twist the fly head. Pull it. Actually, let's take it all the way off. There we go. All right. So if you guys haven't seen this on one of my other videos, let me show you guys this one. So if you guys look at this, it's like a little insert right there. That's where you can put the fly head and twist it. See how I'm twisting it? And then you can pry it open like that, and it should come off just like that. And then I get the fly head again, and then I can go right here and then pull this whole thing off. All right, these bolts are really easy, 10 millimeter. All right, and they look like that right there. That should loosen up this part. Yep. All right, so this portion is good. You gotta put that fender liner to the side right here. Okay, let's see if I can pull this to the side. Just be careful. It's made out of plastic. Made out of like, what is this? Like paper almost, I would say. But you're gonna have to pull it to the side a little bit, because what's gonna happen is I'm gonna pull this all the way back here. All right, so now I'm wrapping it behind the fender right there. I think that's all I need. But basically, if I put my hand over here, you're gonna feel like I think it's like rubber or foam piece. Well, actually, let's take this off. So all you have to do is unclip it. Let me see. Yeah, just unclip it. It's kind of hard, but just unclip it. It's like a push thing. You have to push down on it. I'll show you guys when I take it off. Sorry if I'm blocking your vision. Oh, there. So let me show you guys. You just gotta push this down right here. Sometimes it's hard, but let me show you guys how to do that. Okay, so this wire right here is the one for the sensor. So basically all you gotta do is, this thing is turned like this, right? So this bottom piece you don't need to worry about, but it's this top piece you gotta worry about. See this clip right here? You gotta feel for that clip and you gotta push down on it as hard as you can and then pull down, and it will release the sensor. All right, the other reason why we're taking off this fender liner and pushing it to the back is because when you open a door, one of the key indicators that we have to get a bolt out there off of this fender is that, so right there, you see like that, it's almost a screw. It's like right there. So you gotta take that off, and the only way to take that screw off is in the back. So from what I'm thinking, it's like around right there. Alright, so that bolt we're looking for is a 10mm. It's like right there. So it's like inserted right there. So it's like a little hole. So if you guys go right here, so it's kind of hard to see, but there's like this rubber piece right here. If you guys look in there, you'll see like a bolt. Alright, sorry it was a little bit dark, but figure it out. It's like right here. If you feel for it, and you can put your finger inside that foam, and then it's a 10mm long extension with a socket, and then put it in there. Let's see if I can. Alright. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show you guys that bolt because it has this foam piece there, and with that foam piece I think it's going to prevent it from actually coming out. But let me see if I can. So I know it's off, but there's this foam piece there. Let's see, it's like a glue that prevents it from coming all the way off. So let me take off this hat, make it backwards, and see, it's right there. It's like a glue. It looks like we don't have to take it completely off, but I'm gonna loosen it up a little bit more. Alright, so this fender is pretty good to go. So what it is like there's this glue right here that we may have to heat up. I believe we have to heat it up. Yeah, so over here we're going to get a heat gun and heat it up. So to loosen up that glue. Let's do that. Well, actually, before we do that, let's go and take off all the bolts. Alright. So right here, there's going to be another bolt, and that's going to be a 7. Just open up the door. So top view, there's that bolt right there. That's going to be a 7 right on the corner. Go ahead and get a 7. Get it better. Oh, there it is. Keep dropping stuff today. Alright, so the bolt that we're looking for is like that. It's pretty long. That's why you gotta have to open up the door all the way. Alright, so the next thing we're gonna do is there's like this cover right here. Alright guys, so this is cover right here. This plastic cover. All you do is lift it up with 2 hands. There you go. And it should reveal a screw. So you don't have to go all the way. It's like right here, there's a screw. So it's gonna be a 10mm. I'm just gonna go ahead and take it off. And it looks like that. If you guys want this color, so you guys can repaint that bolt, we have that at ReveMoto too. We have touch-up paint if you guys need that. Alright, man, we painted this fender better than OEM. As you guys can see, this inside right here is not even painted. Ours is going to be painted, so that's one thing that you guys are going to expect from us. Quality work. But apart from that shameless plug. Alright, so we got 10mm right here, 10mm right here, 10mm right here. What is this? Oh, this is just a rubber piece that we can take off. Take that off in a little bit. But let's start right here, maybe 10. Take that off. Man, one thing I noticed, like, these are not painted anymore. So like the newer vehicles, they don't paint underneath the hoods or outside of the fender or inside the fender. This one we're gonna take off the extension. Alright. So those bolts look like this. 3 of them. Put that to the side. Okay. So this one's just a clip, and all you have to do is pry it up. Alright, so this is a clip that you need to pry up and put to the side. I wonder what this is used for. Oh, maybe for here? Oh well. Okay, so you guys can see this fender is almost ready to come off. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Alright, so while I was like messing around with the fender, I kind of felt like it's not coming off. It should be coming off already. But I realized there's a bolt right there. So there's gonna be a 10 right here. So right here, get that extension. Ah. Oh man, that's one long bolt. That's a pretty long bolt. Okay, that's one. Gotta remember that one. That one's a hidden one. That's probably what the mechanics are gonna forget that one for sure. You can't blame them either. All right. So now we know this portion right here is good. Now we just gotta work back here. So everything else is loose. Yep. So it's right here. All right, guys. So right here is glued on. So we're just gonna heat it up. If you guys have a blow dryer, that will work too. So don't focus on one area because you're gonna overheat that and the paint's gonna bubble. So move it around, you know. But if you put this in the hot, like in the sun, that should do the trick also. But right now the weather's kind of cold in Houston. Okay, let's see if it's hot enough. Oh, it's close to being hot enough. Okay, so this part was already hot. I gotta heat up some more. See, this part is already pretty hot. Hot. And that's why you guys have that. See, as you guys, when I pulled it, kind of hit this thing, but because I had that yellow tape, it didn't scratch it. Ooh, thing's hot. Okay, so I have one last piece right here. Yeah, for sure, that screw is the one that's holding us back. So we may have to, let's see, if I can't get that screw off, it's because once you guys start doing this, you guys gonna realize there's like this foam piece that's blocking it. And we may just have to cut that foam piece a little bit off. Yeah, let's cut that foam piece a little bit off. All right. So it's this screw right here is preventing us from taking it off, I think. Let's try again. All right. Yep. That screw's preventing us from taking it off. There we go. All right. So I gotta heat up a little bit more. Ooh, there we go. So what's preventing us from taking that fender off on this side? Let's take a look. So you guys can see from right here, we're trying to heat this portion up right here because it's like a rubber it's like a spray-on foam that's preventing it from actually coming off. So we actually have to heat it up so it kind of releases that what's that called, adhesive on there. So that's one thing I gotta take off. Then if you guys come back here, all right, so you guys come back here, this hole right here is the one that has the that 10 millimeter sitting there, right? It's inside there. So if you guys don't make this hole bigger, this foam goes around it and it's hard to take off. But if you guys don't take off that bolt, what it does is like it prevents that fender from coming off because it's held on still. So there you go. Hey guys, I do want to thank you again for watching our great videos. If you guys need any parts for your vehicle, the ones that you guys see in our videos, or anything else, go to ReveMoto.com, your pre-painted auto body parts source. We sell bumpers, taillights, headlights, touch-up bottles, everything that you need for your vehicle. Go to ReveMoto.com, your pre-painted and accessories parts store. Also, go ahead and like, subscribe, and turn on your push notification for more great videos like this one. Thank you.